Alright, gang, it's happening. You saw the photos. This came in the mail yesterday. NiCola's back, and this time it's NiCola Coffea Exotica. Essence of Sumatra coffee and cola. The only ingredients: carbonated water, naturally essenced, unlike Hal's, no caffeine. NiCola, first time out, not so much my thing, but I like a Manhattan special. So, guarded optimism. Also, it has a brown tab. Here we go. First smell. Smells more like a dark coffee than a cola. It's halftime of the football game I was watching, so I'm trying to squeeze this in because I promised. All right, first sip. Oh, it's got that Hal's, what were the candies that everyone said the Hal's coffee tasted like? It's a little bit like that. It's not as cola-y as I feared. Touchdown Purdue. Not as cola-y as I feared. I'm gonna have another sip. This is eons better than straight up NiCola. I don't know the circumstances that I would want to drink this regularly, because it's not like I did a 14-mile run today, and I pounded a blueberry seltzerade when I got home, and oh, that was refreshing. And to have this after running, that'd be a weird deal, Jack. But this is nice. I mean, it's not like authentic coffee flavor, but as someone who loves a coffee ice cream or a coffee yogurt, I could, wow, yeah, I'm delightfully surprised. And since we're rolling up on 3 minutes, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. Bye now, fizzing. We call this the Nardwar.
You all got to get out there and vote, either by mail or in person. If you're just tuning in now, throughout every mic break tonight, the longest song on Bandcamp, Yawn by the $6 Million Guitar, over 2 hours and 1 minute in length. So I set out an ambitious itinerary for tonight's show, which includes a big announcement. I'll make that about the Christmas Marathon next mic break. I told you the profound words of a child that shook me to my core, changed my view on life and its purpose. And now, before we get back into the music, it's time to try a seltzer I've never had before live on the radio and pass along my impressions. The good people at LaCroix sent me 4 flavors in their new NiCola line. I tried their coffee Exotica at home. Surprisingly good, though it did make me listen to like 3 straight Combustible Edison albums. There's a cola mojito that's still in my refrigerator. Nobody drink it. But tonight, I'll be trying and giving my impressions on LaCroix NiCola Coconut Cola. Naturally essenced sparkling water. Unlike Hal's coffee, there's no caffeine in this can. It's a Slim Boy. It's just carbonated water, naturally essenced. Straight up NiCola. What's the opposite of good? That's sort of what it is to me. It's like a RC that had the ice melt in it that you drank out of an ashtray. But this Sumatra coffee Exotica was a delightful treat, so I don't know what's going to happen with NiCola Coconut Cola. It has a brown opener at the top, slim silver can. Let's go in together. The head is more coconut seltzer than cola. Can you hear those bubbles? Now I'm going to take my first skeptical sip. In a weird way, this tastes more like RC than straight up NiCola. A little bit of cinnamon, maybe? The coconut goes a long way to removing any ashtray implications. Maybe one or two more sips and then we'll get back to the music. Again, I'm trying a LaCroix coconut cola for the first time live on the radio. Not yet in stores. Now there comes the cola. I think they could ramp up the coconut, ramp down the cola, and I'd be more into it. But it's definitely not as good as the coffee iteration. But it sure as heck is better than a straight up NiCola. One more sip. Please indulge me. Yeah, that's all right. I can't think of circumstances where I'd want to drink it on my own volition. But I imagine that moment will happen. And it could prove refreshing. So there you go. NiCola Coconut Cola, you're better than NiCola. You're not as good as the Coffea Exotica. Mojito NiCola, I don't know what the heck you're going to be. All right, 5 and top of the hour. WPRB Princeton, John Solomon, me here, you there, community-supported independent radio. Big Christmas show announcement next mic break, as long as I remember. So as I said, I went to Boston to see Andy Cohen play a solo show. While I was there, former WPRB DJ and friend of the show, Mora.com, and I hit up a local Stop and Shop, hunting the new Polar winter seasonal flavors. I've tried a couple of them, but the third new one I haven't had before is something called Vanilla Zen, which purports to combine vanilla and pomegranate. And wow, I'm like a foot and a half away from this seltzer, and I started to open it slightly so it didn't spray everywhere, and I can already smell it very strongly. Now I'm dubious. I don't love dessert seltzers, so vanilla is already a strike against it. And the name Vanilla Zen. But I've opened it. I've never had this before, and I'm going to try it now on the radio for the first time. Listen to those bubbles. You know, the smell is not that different from, what's that purple passion tea that I have from time to time after a meal? Turn to the left, turn to the right. Well, it's certainly highly bubbly. It's more zen than vanilla. Kind of leaning hard on the pomegranate. I know this has received high marks from others who have already tried it. And the vanilla kind of takes the back seat to the pomegranate nature. What if I just did this until 8 Eastern? I'm going to take another sip and then we'll get back into the music. Thank you for humoring me. Yeah, that's all right. Sweet without being cloying. Is that the word? Coying? I don't know if I'll seek this out on my own, but I'm not going to toss the other 2 bottles of it I brought back from New England into the lake or anything. One more sip. Kind of reminds me of, I almost said cheesecake, but I had a white chocolate cheesecake seltzer once that was not only bad news, but it changed the outcome of Super Bowl 51. Ask me off air. So yeah, I think I'm into that. I'm perplexed, but enjoying it. I think last week's seltzer, the coconut cola NiCola, ultimately was kind of a slight thumbs down. But this is a slight thumbs up, a gesture I just made that you can't see on the radio. And thus concludes this evening's second in what might now be a weekly series where I try seltzers I've never had before live on the radio and describe them to you, the listener, while desperately attempting to not burp. As I said, this is WPRB Princeton with your pal John Solomon on the microphone. No show next week. A special Halloween spectacular will air in lieu of your traditional Wednesday night program. And maybe before we get back to the music, I'm going to do another live on-air seltzer tasting. I do not have high expectations for this one. I know I tried the LaCroix NiCola coconut cola a couple Wednesdays ago. There's one more in their new line that maybe isn't even in stores yet, and that's LaCroix Cubana NiCola Mojito cola with essence of rum, mint, and lime. The ingredients are only carbonated water, naturally essenced, so I'm not breaking edge. But I feel like I need to take one for the team tonight and try this on air. I've never had it before. I'm not even sure what a mojito tastes like. But here we go. If some people had their druthers, it would just be the sound of bubbles for the next 54 minutes. Smells like cola and mouthwash. First sip, go. Oh boy. Oh no. Nope. No. Yeah, geez. Wow. And then, yeah, it tastes like I washed my mouth at the dentist. Holy moly. Who will be the person that enjoys this? Because it's not me. LaCroix, Cubana, NiCola, Mojito, essence of rum, mint, and lime. Muy mal. I'm going to take one more sip, just because I will admit I am thirsty. So this is serving 2 purposes. Your enjoyment and my hydration. Whew. I'm gonna finish this, and then please make sure that my body is attended to accordingly. I will say their Sumatra coffee Exotica, that was pretty good. But I need a palate cleanser from my palate cleanser. And maybe it won't be something I put in my mouth. Maybe it'll just be something I listen to by the Goon Sax.